Okay, that would have been frustrating for people. Hello everybody, my name is Joe Guy, and welcome back to Subnautica Below Zero. Despite all my diligence, somebody pointed out pretty immediately that I missed this guy here, so thank you. I think your username is Trinity something, I don't have it in front of me, but I appreciate your assistance point. This is exactly the sort of thing that I would love to hear about in the comments if I missed something like this. Don't want to miss it.
Fred, I'm not blaming you. But what do you mean it's gone? Where did it go? You found some trouble somewhere in the deep twisty bridges and decided to jettison modules?
Yeah, I had to jettison a module. I got free, went back for it. It was just gone.
And you think someone stole it?
Or something. I didn't lose
Oh.
it, that's for sure. I'm careful with my tools.
I'm sure you are, but you have to admit there have been a lot of sea truck accidents, and they're rather expensive.
You wanna follow me on a few runs tomorrow? See what it's like? Conditions are way harsher than anything I ever imagined. I don't know if you could really understand it from inside your base.
That won't be necessary. Thanks for your time. I'll write it up as an accident.
Well, we can have a go at him for that, and of course we will, but yeah, from experience venturing out into the deep blue, it is not the safest sounding thing for somebody used to a desk job. So unfortunately we did miss that, and it has, it's not like, you know, foundationally underpinning for anything else we discovered. In fact, it's kind of separate, but it does give us an idea that possibly the woman we spoke to in the prawn suit was here and active whilst this base was operational and staffed, which is interesting. It puts her timeline. Hello. I kind of I don't know when I thought she turned up. I sort of assumed she came along after. So yeah, who knows. Alright, we're gonna head home, and as promised last time, we're just gonna ignore that. Like, it sounds huge, but we just, yeah, like we've, every time I look it's just them again, and they're usually miles away. We'll check. Yeah. Not even with us. Big dinosaur type things. Anyway, yes, I have done some work between sessions, as I said I would, and we have something to reveal. Now, I said multiple times that I thought that, yeah, my first proper base is going to be somewhere new, somewhere where I can kind of get used to the environment, like a location I'm slightly less comfortable with, so that I can kind of conquer that location. That just didn't work out. The way that I was kind of situated here, and the fact that I still don't have a really firm grasp of the lay of the land, and the fact the only other biome I'd really explored was this area here, which just, it goes down and down and down, and it's all twisting. Like, there was no obvious, like, clear spot for me to place a base in, not just yet. Means that I constructed my first permanent base here. So welcome everybody to what I have called Pod Base. It's just a basic setup. As I say, like, my first larger base, I would love to be somewhere else. But what I've done here is I've expanded this structure, starting from the drop pod here, just ever so slightly, so that I can do crafting and scanning and kind of strike out from a place of strength here, which is what we'll do probably later this session. I have a few different ideas of things that I want to get done. So where do I start? Well, to start off, like, I can't build inside the pod, so this is what it's named after, and it's no different. The only difference is that in here is food primarily, and right here as well, this fabricator is probably going to be used for food and survival needs from here on out, just because that's what's convenient. Moving on, we have here in this little pod my crafting stations. We got fabricator here, we've got kind of minerals. I'm using the term minerals very loosely here. It's crystalline sulfur, titanium, lead, copper, gold, salt, but also just anything sort of natural resources would have been a better label, but wouldn't have fit. And over here is crafted resources, various resources of things which have already been made in one form or another. So you got fiber mesh, silicon rubber, the pipes, the flares, the ion cubes, and as well as a battery charger down here. It's all the way down here on the floor because I found that for this game in particular, I don't remember this happening with Subnautica, but trying to, like, the hitbox or something like that of this sort of thing sticks out somewhat, so that say if I'm here and I like I'm looking at the battery charger and I go right and I click that, I'm about 50-50 likely to get the battery charger even when looking directly at the locker like this, and I don't know why. So down here it's just a bit more out of the way. And lastly here we have a nice little observatory panel here based into our T-shaped unit, which gives me a nice sort of like quasi-observatory while we're still waiting for enameled glass. It's a really nice view actually, I like it a lot. And the last little structure here, actually while I'm here.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Obviously I have the drop pods to mark this place's location, but I know me and I know that will not quite be enough. So down here, nestled in, we will drop this beacon, knock it around so I can't access the text, and we're just gonna call it pod base. There we go. That way, when I see it on the beacons, it'll say pod base and I will get used to reading pod base and I'll learn to identify it by that name as opposed to the drop pod. I think it's an important part. What's in a name, I know, but like naming things, categorizing them differently in your head is an important part of kind of making a house a home. It's a big difference when you kind of like, you know, if you've ever moved around multiple flats or anything like that. There's a big difference from when you start to call a place like the flat or the house to home. So that's kind of just innate of that. Here you can see that I've got a floodlight which lights up this central area, and yeah, there's a lot of mandrakes in the way and stuff like that, which I'm kind of ambivalent on, but yeah, they were here first, so might as well stay. Those waterproof lockers aren't doing anything at the moment, but I said let them stay there. And inside here we got we got 3 solar panels powering this whole shebang, which appears to be enough. Nice little sort of viewing platform here with a similar viewing observatory, again with a really nice view out there. Little desk, we got a planter here but nothing in it because I can't find any outside plants. A wee poster called keep calm and truck on, and a coffee machine, which is nice. It says empty, which is interesting. I put the thermos in there. Some of you may have seen that from in my food locker. The thermos is now full. It doesn't give me thirst back despite it saying hydrating coffee in the description there. Sorry, I'm drinking iced tea. Speaking of caffeine, yeah, it doesn't hydrate me, but it keeps me warm. So if I go into the surface, I can take the thermos with me, and that'll kind of keep my my hypothermia meter nice and high or low, depending on your perspective there. So yeah, we got this here, and lastly in here we got the scanner, for which I have constructed a camera. You don't start with cameras in the scanner room in this version, so which is a change I actually really like, because it's you just got 2 of them for free, and then they filled up your beacon bar. This way I can kind of have just the one camera for now, which is usually all I need, and go exploring much in the same way that I used to, which we might do a little bit. Yeah, there you go, get back in there. Oops. Oh, that's kind of nice as well. How do I exit? Okay. There's a window here as well, but scanner being scanner, you can't really see too much of it. So yeah, this design, like, you might notice it's a little different from a lot of the bases I made in vanilla Subnautica. I don't know if this is like a change which I was mulling over at the time, but I tend to play quite a lot of games where you build stuff. Minecraft is a particular favorite I keep coming back to. I've noticed that my design preferences have slightly changed into kind of like sweeping grander structures to trying to do more with a small area, hence the desk in here, which I actually really like. It makes the area, the interiors, feel a little bit more involved, a little bit more interesting, as opposed to just like my original Vico Doria and Hidden Windshield were particularly notorious for this, though I did love both of those bases on their epic scale. They had long stretches of pretty empty corridor which weren't very interesting to look at, so I'm trying to flip that design philosophy on its head a little bit with my bases in this game. We'll just kind of see how it works out. And here we can see at night how the floodlight that I've attached lights up the area really nicely. Yeah, this is pod base, everybody. This is the main hub of my activity here for now. Though you'll notice there's no bed. There's no jukebox or trash can or anything else like that. There's stuff that I didn't build because I don't have the resources. Like I can't build a modification station yet. But hopefully by the time I am able to build my next base, I'll be in a position where I can put a few more creature comforts in, make it a bit bigger, probably have an interconnected structure as opposed to one here, which I have to kind of swim through to get from A to B. And yeah, it'll be a bit more robust, and that'll be satisfying. So yes, let's start today by going into the scanner room. Might operate out of here for the first part of today's session. Having a look first of all at the central map. So first of all, I'm seeing a cave system over here, which I think is really something kind of important, and something I noticed when I was wandering around and reviewing footage. There's like a twisting tree structure which looks like kind of like roots going underground. At some point I think it's worth poking our head down there, so we will. We have argentite outcrops, copper eggs, anything here. Fragments is definitely something I probably want to search for. Root pustules, that's probably in the area that I was talking about, so we don't know what that does yet. That's going to be really useful. I can find table coral from here, which is really good. That was pretty sparse. And I'm wondering if these things like quartz and gold, if I can find them inside their outcroppings, or if they're actual like mineable chunks, or when I get myself a bronze eventually. Either way, I think first of all, let's try and find us a fragment of something. It's not the best angle because I'm at such high depth. All right, okay. The camera should be able to sniff that out. So let's go have a look at see what it's finding. Okay, the camera moves super slow here. Now, if these are just sea glides, I'll be a little disappointed. Not looking promising so far. Whoa. The original Subnautica would seek out fragments that you hadn't discovered yet. I could use these to bolster my titanium supplies, of course, but it's kind of bitty and I don't have the HUD chip yet. In fact, I don't even really remember how to make the HUD chip. So whilst we're here and we're controlling the camera, and whilst we're scanning for fragments and waiting for that stuff to get picked up, let's see if I can go find what I was talking about. That flashlight's really good. I could have sworn in the first game it was much more limited. I'm not gonna get kidnapped by a sea monkey, am I? We can test that theory. I'm still kind of finding my way around this biome. The turn arc is much slower. Okay, there's a sea monkey. Sea monkey want my money? Hello? Yeah, you do. Stalker all over again. Alright, let's go home, Hashai. Ideally, you should be lining your nest with me. Or are you just gonna wander around kind of listlessly going, hey, look what I got? This thing costs a lot of money. We just stop jittering it about. Ah. Oh, God. Oh, I'm gonna be sick. Where are you going, buddy? Where are you going? Where are you off to? Look at these wiggles. There's another sea monkey down there. I feel like David Attenborough at the moment. And now, observing the jerky movements of the native sea monkey. Here we can see it descending gradually lower, probably looking for a bladder fish to give a nice squeeze to. Nope. Yes, this is all part of nature. You wanted uncut footage? This is what wildlife nature footage mostly looks like. You ain't going anywhere, are you, really? Ugh. Maybe they are? Can I struggle free? I actually can't. Help me! S. O. S. Yeah, it's a little problematic, isn't it? It's not doing anything. I just need to go rescue it. And rescue it we shall! Alright, beacon manager. Camera drone number 1. You know, since I'm more limited, I wonder if I can name them. Oh, speaking of, that's definitely something that I should address. In my vanilla Subnautica series, I named bases and I named vehicles after viewers, and if people are game, I would love to do the same. So if you would like a base, a vehicle, a fish, a camera drone named after you, let me know. I would be happy to do that. Obviously, the game is limited. Ooh, hang on, what was I scanning there? Oh, yes! Oh, we want to scan more sea monkey nests now. I wonder if it like teleported there as soon as I kind of because it didn't seem like the monkey was like going anywhere. It was kind of high in the sky, question mark, high in the what's the word for upper ocean? The canopy. So I wonder if it just ported there, like, as soon as it was off camera. Well, I got my camera drone back now, which is great. It's probably taking up a whole bunch of room in my inventory, right? Yeah, let's just bring it back to base. Where's pod base? Delta Station Dock, pod base. Yeah, the names are limited, so it's gonna be first come, first serve. But I'll start a list with your wishes, and we'll just see what we come up with. Haven't yet made a vehicle. Haven't yet made like a proper base yet. So the roster's fully open. Right. Okay. Let's drop you here and pilot you back inside. There we go. Disoriented. Whoa. Okay. Well. Okay. Let's have a look at some fragments as well. We're just gonna chill out for the first part of today's session. Kind of ease myself into it. Hope you guys don't mind. So, yeah, okay. Well, I've run through my roster of things to say. A sea glide. I mean, it's good to have all this titanium around without having to bash rocks in. Gotta watch out, the sea monkey's here too. Ah! Oh god, don't need that complication. Sea glide. And the trouble is, of course, like, you're limited. Like, I can see really clearly, but in terms of other stuff, not so much. Okay, so that's another sea monkey nest. It does not look like it has any particular valuable tech inside of it. Get the oxygen so I can breathe. No. Oh god, and like the orientation never comes back. I'm feeling like I'm having to crane my neck. Excuse me. So I'd love I have a compass. Okay, excellent. This will come in really handy. So let's try and get a look here. We want some I say a look, and it immediately starts with this shit. Alright, let's try and get a lay of the land here. We're heading back. Oh my god, look at all these fragments. Anyway, they're all sea glides. Sorry, sir. I'll try to throw it today. I'm probably alright. So let's see. Delta Station Dock is due south from Pod Base. Pretty much due south. I mean, that's due south, so it's take us off course, but it's a good point of reference. So south we have the kind of they referenced it during that recording actually, the twisty deep sea labyrinth biome, which is great. To the east we got God knows what. To the north, that looks like where it came from. To the northeast, that kind of ridged outcropping. Thank you. Where's mountain face? Oh, it's northeast as well, or north. Any other landmarks? Got a ridge over there. Ice flows to the west, and west is, I think, roughly where I found that that emergency supply cache. Pretty sure that's accurate. Let's go confirm it now. Well, I'm what's a little pod base, right? Yeah. Huh. I was about to say, I think I'm on the edge of the Twisty Labyrinth, but I'm not. Twisty Labyrinth, I guess that's the biome name. I'm sure it has an official name, feel free to tell me in the comments, but as before, the names I come up with are much more likely to stick. Sea glide there. Man, if we could find one more mobile vehicle bay fragment, that would be seminal. It's not looking like anything's going to present itself necessarily easy. That looks like a grav trap. What is that? Well, that's a find worth investigating. Let's get to that drone before a sea monkey has its way. And that's why we sent out the drone. What that was. Here's Twisty Labyrinth Edge. And here's what I was looking for. I think that was me banging off the camera drone. Yes, it was. And I appear to be relatively safe here as well, so I think we're alright. Did I ever scan these seats? I did. Well, whilst I'm here, I'm pretty sure this is roughly where I saw the kind of underground route with the water trees and such. Oh, fluids. I did bring fluids.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Stabilizing, but not ideal. Did I see a brainfish? I guess not. Alright, let's see if we can cast around and try and find it. Again, the camera drone's ideal for this, but don't want to do everything through the camera drones. We kind of fell victim to that a little bit last time, and, well, it's not the best way to adventure. Admittedly, I will never abandon my truly cautious approach. Bingo. Right underneath this thing. Now, it's a cave, so I gotta be careful not to get lost. The smart thing to do would be to go back, pilot the camera drone for this entrance so I can use it as a beacon. But hey-ho, don't even have a Pathfinder tool. I have a pretty good sense of direction. Can I scan this? No. But I bet there's something down here. Whoa! I knew that sounded familiar. You know what, gotta get a scan. Yeah, okay, a little more defensive than it was before. What's this? Chance for lead. Okay, can I sneak up on it? It's got one giant eye. Yep, gotcha. Whoa, that. Alright, air. Oh, fucking, please, yes, let's actually go back. I've had an idea. Actually find a use for those freaking pipes that I made. Finally. Somebody also recommended I use an air bladder. I suppose there's not much point in me doing both, but I think that's also a pretty good plan for kind of mobile exploration. So you know what, let's do that too. Let's gear up. I'll top up my food and water just a bit more. Speaking of, actually, I'm going to need supplies in order to do that. As bladderfish. Whoa! Hoop, shoot the whoop. Bladderfish. And let's just buy our supplies from there with a couple of mushrooms. An outdoor planter. I wonder if I can I put it? No. Once I get an exterior grow bed, I'll start kind of like harvesting these mushrooms for myself. Here we go. Food station. Good tip fish. Come on, sir. I think my mouse is running out of battery. Yes, yeah, click there and nothing. It's probably gonna bite me one of these days. Okay. And that. Wow, exactly 100 each time. Grab these. I've got a nutrient bar, and that'll do me for now. Let's also get the scanner to where I need it to be as a beacon.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And don't, yeah, screw you for now. There's probably something to do with root pustules. I'll probably find it just naturally. Calculating and rendering, etc, etc, etc. There you go. Nice and unmolested. So I... Beacon pod base here. Yep, okay, so I think it was roughly this direction. Just don't get nabbed. Though that did find me a mobile vehicle bay fragment last time we got nabbed. That's probably a legitimate strategy for finding sea monkey caves. Yeah, here it is, because you can see the crab one that I've done as well. Let's take a peek inside just while I'm here. It'd be foolish not to. Looks like what could be a rogue cradle, but looks actually entirely unfamiliar. Still well within. Lots of quartz. Another sea monkey nest with what is probably the cha-ching. Might be able to grab ourselves a sea moth today. And root pustules and all. Checking for dangers, primarily. I'll eat that later. Okay. Very much a labyrinth here, but I do not see much which would qualify as a danger. Except for crash fish, obviously. Speaking of, I should get the sulfur from that. Whoa. Whoa, what was that? That was like a weird starfish thing. Guess we'll find out. And this thing is getting really banged up. I've got my repair tool on me, right? I must remember to... Okay, a little lost. Oof. God damn, I feel like such a klutz using this bloody thing. Okay, here we go. This is where we need to be. Alright, checklist. I've got my repair tool. I shouldn't need the habitat builder while I'm out there, so that'll go to 3. I've got enough food and water for a brief excursion, not a big one. You know, is there a couple of bladderfish nearby that I can gather to bolster my supplies? I think it'd probably be a smart thing to do. I really hope I can get a more sustainable water source at some point, because this is like in the first Subnautica. Like, the more you gather from right around your base, the sparser supplies come from that exact area. Actually, I can go in here because I'm doing some general crafting anyway. Gotta watch out. Eventually bladderfish, and I can already tell that they're not coming by here. I'm the Bermuda Triangle of bladderfish. That's my iced tea finish, just switching to boring old water now. Alright, okay, what do I need to make? Let's try use this pin thing for the first time, because we haven't done it yet. We've got the pipes and stuff in there, air bladder, so we can pin that. And I also want to grab, you know, what the hell's a flare do? Distracting certain predators. I tend to just try and move around them. Grav trap's good for like hunting, but not much for anything else. I think the only other thing I was considering crafting was actually the scanner HUD toy, which I don't need yet. Which I don't need just yet. So I need a bladderfish. Yeah. Sacrifice 1 portion of water. I see one there. Whoop. I think the weather's kind of a bit big out there. Okay, got that, and I have the rest of the supplies I need in here, as well as all the other stuff. Boom. Right, so tools, air bladder, yeah, emergency flotation device. Maybe that should go on 3.
If you are tired of hearing the word oxygen, the air bladder provides a significant upward thrust to help you get to air faster.
Yes, indeed it does. Thank you. Okay. I guess I can unpin that recipe then. Where did it live? Where did it live? There it is. Fantastic. Cool, well that worked. I think I'm stocked up then. The fact that it's night doesn't actually concern me that much for right now for whatever reason. So let's go set up our oxygen line and start exploring that cave down there. Whole bunch of very useful... I mean, nice pair of bladderfish like that, how's a guy meant to resist? This will be backup though. It'll just be nice to have a bit of a supply inside the cupboard as opposed to that I have to catch it every single time. Okay, in. There we go, like nothing happened. Wrong way, like nothing happened. Actually gonna get rid of that beacon as well, just because just having extra beacons on your HUD's a kind of pain in the ass. I swear there's probably gonna be a better way to mark these and color code them. They're doing fine for now though. I'll keep them as default. At the very least they stand out, which is nice. Look at all them sparkly fish. So, step 1, repair the camera. Do you know what I've started to identify, like that might make me nervous about the ocean, is that, like when you hear something large, like instantly, as like a land-based, like, yeah, there you go. Well, it's the first time I'm using it as well. I probably missed like the intro animation, but hell, we've seen it before. And yep, okay, that's fine. Then we gotta go up. When I hear something large moving kind of around me, instinctively my fight or flight kind of kicks in. The trouble is when it comes to water is that there's always something large around you, and I'm not talking about sharks or whatever. I'm talking. Whoa. Ah. Hello? I hear you. Okay, there you go. Okay, down, down, down. We need to head towards the camera, so let's get... here we go. Right click. Down further. Right click. It's pretty easy to use. It's hard to get it to go in a straight line, but you can get it to go where you want it to. There's always something large moving, audibly moving in the water nearby you. It's called the water. It's called the ocean. This titanic force of shifting currents and tides. Yeah, this is gonna work. Go further. Even further. There we go. Top it up. Ha 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 ha. What did I scan there? Kelp root, very nice. Cool. Oh man, I'm pretty proud of that actually. I never did this in the original Subnautica. This is fun. Let's grab a... Oh, it's just an egg. Okay. Can I get a scan of this fella, my lad? Sulfur plant. Maybe the sulfur's glitched in. Huh. These plants appear to serve as nests for the explosive organisms which guard them. The outer petals are undamaged. Yep. Assessment of sulfur's applications and construction of the repair tool. Yeah, maybe that's a bit of a holdover. So yes, the ocean is constantly moving in your ears. And like instinctually just puts you on edge. And so like when you're able to connect the dots to that, to something which is actually there, that's one thing. But then to connect the dots to something which isn't there, it's just intimidating. Alright.
Warning, passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Shoot, I didn't think of that. We're just gonna have to do the best we can. We can stay just kind of at the top of the cave here for when we don't need to go any further. Scanner range is pretty generous, so let's see. Mobile vehicle. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Fuck yes. Okay. Further in, we scan the kelp root, and we got a recipe for a power cell. Excellent, which we'll need to power all the vehicles we're gonna make. And here is root pustules, which honestly I'm praying are involved in the fabrication of water. But it's not looking problem. How much inventory space is that taking up? Only one. Excellente. Okay, once we've harvested a few of these, we'll go back and we will grab some oxygen from our pipe. Okay, that's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's enough for some basic experimentation. What the hell are you? Let's head back and read what we got so far. I'm surprised we can't scan the root pustules, but I'm guessing they will probably be explained in the kelp root. Go. Am I stationary? I feel stationary. Air bladder, first of all. And let's have a look at our data banks. So, see, double click there. Oh, I didn't read this. This is from the place where the dinosaurs are. Hydrothermal spire. These chimney-shaped structures are formed from dissolved minerals pushed upwards through the planet's crust. The presence of metal sulfides gives the escaping material its dark, opaque appearance. Aquatic life found in proximity may have evolved adaptations to the presence of these toxic compounds. Right. So it talks about thermal, but then it talks about toxic. Like, which is it? Crash fish. Emergency defense mechanism based on mutually assured destruction. Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's not a deterrent that it uses. It's entirely defense. It's not a defense mechanism. It's a fuck you system. Yeah. Defense mechanism. Equip stasis rifle, propulsion cannon, or similar before approaching shallow caves. It feels like using a stasis rifle on a crash fish is a little bit overkill, if I'm honest. And lastly, kelp root here. Contrary to its name, the visible aspect of the kelp root is a thick, twisted stem. The root system anchors deep into the rocky walls of the cave. Some kelp roots grow a pustule along that seam, which are formed by the plant slowly ejecting out toxic materials that are absorbed by the extensive root system. Harvestable for resources used in fabrication, but not of what, and I didn't get any new blueprints for this either. So I don't know what to do with it. Although we did get a few new blueprints, which we'll check out in a second. Yeah, okay. Light emitting plants. Okay, well, that's handy, at the very least. Alright, what blueprints did I get? I got power cell. Anything else? Mobile vehicle bay, titanium chip, ingot lubricant, computer chip. I think I might have, do I need lithium for a titanium ingot? I think I just need titanium. And I guess that was it. I don't know what the third one was that I got, but hey ho. Okay, this episode might be running long, it's hard to tell.
Warning, passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
But let's push further in. There was at least one more shebang I wanted to scan inside here. Oxygen plant, lovely, lovely. I won't use that just yet, we don't need to. But we saw some starfish creature, or shuriken-like creature, somewhere in here. First of all, nothing like this. I mean, Crash Fish has led me to where I wish to go! No! I got stuck! There we go! Oh, do not bring the wrong bell to the ball. That was not what I intended to equip. Where am I? Where was I? Okay, here we go. Spinner fish. Come back here, you son of a biscuit. There you go. Oh, I can grab one. Looks like there's even more down there.
New creature discovered.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's a good idea to go deeper until I've got myself some proper breathing apparatus, which I imagine will come eventually. Let's poke our heads in. So we got an oxygen plant down here. Whoa! Worth it. Array module. Ah, nope. Screw you. I need that, and I don't have time to be chasing you for it.
Acquired.
Quantum locker. Is that what I think it is? Like a locker which... oh, shit. Okay. A locker which keeps its inventory no matter where you are? Very sci-fi. Okay, we're doing well here. Chance of silver far tight. It's a good resource having this here, actually, means I don't need to go all the way back to Delta Dock. Okay, this is not the way back, but it's taking me above. I wish there was some diamond and stuff in here, but possibly that's a little easy. Some salt here, I might as well grab that. I actually don't know what salt is used for the context of my current blueprints yet. Okay, we found our way back out. Now you can do the thing. Holy moly! Well, this looks fun. So we tunnel. Where's this going? Ooh. A whole new swath of lands to explore. Hell yes. Well, with that, we have had a successful exploration of the... Ooh, it's kind of big out here, isn't it? Of the kelp root system down there. Not complete one, not by any standards, but one nonetheless. Yeah. And I think that's a good place to bring the episode to an end just now. No idea how long this is wound up being, but I'm pretty pleased with our progress here, especially with the new, very important blueprints that we have gathered for ourselves. The next episode, we're going to go back and probably look to build a vehicle. I don't really see any reason to stall doing that. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching, everybody. I will see you then.